Hi everyone, just a quick video to showcase the latest thing that I've purchased, the latest Bond collectible to hit the shops, and it's this. And you may have heard of it. It was very widely advertised on the Aston Martin, James Bond and Lego Facebook pages, so if you are on Facebook you'll no doubt have seen this in the video advertised. So it's the Aston Martin DB5 Lego version. It's the first James Bond branded Lego set that's ever been released, which makes it quite a big deal. Eon seem to be really wanting to make their collectibles more available now. So we've had the vinyl pops, Funko vinyl pops, and now we're getting some Lego at long last as well, which I know a lot of people have been calling out for. It's not the cheapest set. It cost me $129.99 from the Lego store, but it is part of the creator range, so it's much more an advanced model, lots of pieces. It'll give you many hours of building, so I do feel it's worth the money. I was fearing it'd be around the £200 mark, so 130 I gave in and bought it straight away. I don't think it's available for wide release at the moment. I think that's in August, but if you sign up as a Lego VIP member, then you can buy it straight away. You don't need anything special to do that, just sign up for an account like I did, and you can buy it straight away off the website now. Free postage, and I ordered it last Wednesday I think, so it's taken about a week to arrive. It arrived yesterday. It's the first time I cracked it open. I will admit I did a little unboxing a minute ago and it went wrong, so I've already opened it all up so I can give you a bit more detail about it, and probably gives you a bit more information than me fumbling my way through the box. First things first, you do get a free gift if that's of interest at all. I'm sure this is probably the main part of why you're buying it, but you do get a bonus Banana Man as well, a 5-piece set. Could make a nice present. I'm really tempted to save that for nieces and nephews to save me a bit of money, but there you go, that's an extra bonus there. You also, as part of your order, get the Lego license to build, kind of driving license really. Gives you some information about the model, and just makes it clear that you are a proud owner of the official James Bond Aston Martin DB5 Lego figure. Also within here, this was obviously in the box, but I've since opened it up. You've got stickers, so you've got your license plate stickers, you've got the badges, the tracker and so on, and you've got the instruction booklet as well, which is quite a hefty document. I think there's over 160 pages of instructions to build this. The actual number of pieces I'm sure is over 2,000. It doesn't say anywhere on the box actually, but there's quite a few pieces involved. It breaks it down to stages, so in the box itself, different numbered bags to show you how it all pieces together. So bag 1 kind of sets you off the foundations, the base, and then it obviously builds up from there until you get to bag 4, and it obviously makes it look like a complete car. So nice in that respect that it kind of guides you through. Lots of steps, so step 1 obviously comes first, and they guide you through that building. So step 1, for instance, has 57 steps attached to it, so that's probably one of the easiest steps I think that's going to be involved. Then we get to page 168 I think, and you've finally got your complete model. So this is obviously the latter end of step 4, that pieces it all together. As with all good car Lego models, the final stage, easy stage, chuck your wheels on at the end. Obviously it comes with lots of working gadgets as well, which I quite like, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. And there's a complete guide of all of the pieces that you can expect as part of this model. So the box itself obviously gives you a nice profile of the car itself. It is growing on me. I didn't personally like it to begin with, but then again, Lego is limited by the particular shapes that are involved there, so we're not going to get the sleek, streamlined shape of the Aston Martin as we would expect from Corgi, for instance, the die-cast car maker. But considering the limitations of Lego, it does look very nice. And I do understand as well they've had to juggle the kind of aesthetics of the car along with getting the working features crammed in as well. So here we've got a side and front profile. So the side profile, I do prefer the side profile of the car. It looks much more Aston Martin like. The front I'm not so happy with, but again the limitations are there. So it gives you an idea of the length, so 34 centimetres in length, or 13 inches if you prefer. And on the back it details all of your working features. Again, just like the classic Corgi car, trying to pack in as much into it as possible. I'm pleased to say that Lego have done the same as well and tried to fit it all in. And I've never seen a Lego model with so many working features, like standard Lego anyway, not like the Technic range. So it is really pleasing to see that they've crammed all of that in, and it does appear to work quite nicely. So we've got the ejector seat, again quite impressive. The roof will pop back and obviously the seat will pop up. There may be a few Aston Martin purists that disagree with how the roof comes off there, but there we go. We've got the bulletproof screen there. We've got the machine guns hidden behind the headlights, and we've got obviously the revolving number plate. I'm sure very easy for Lego to implement, but again, it's all there to add up to a nice model. So let's crack open the box, which again I've already done. Loads and loads of pieces in here, and they're all numbered. So if you're not familiar with Lego sets, step 4, obviously the last step, put all your step 4 bags together, and then you can obviously piece it together from the instructions. So step 1, so that's the bag I'll be starting off with. Normally with the James Bond collectible, I'd like to keep it boxed in pristine condition, but for something like this, it seems a shame just to leave it all bagged up and not bother to build it. So a bit like the Aston Martin DB5 magazine set, I decided to build that one. I'm going to do much the same for this one, put it proudly on display. And it then makes up the 30th or something DB5 that I own in various formats. So step 3 there. And what you get the idea of is endless bags of stuff. So it is quite a technical build. If you're new to Lego, first of all, what's wrong with you, but yeah, it's going to be quite a daunting task for you. I wouldn't say I'm a seasoned Lego maker. I do the occasional small builds with my niece and nephews, but this is the first build as an adult really that I've bought for myself. And I'm going to look forward to piecing it all together and then, like I say, putting it proudly on display. It is the creator range, so they are the more complex builds, the more accurate builds as well. So less cartoonish, more going for accuracy instead. And it is marked as an expert build, so that's reflected in the age range of 16 plus for this build. So yeah, that's the model. I was going to suggest filming and kind of fast forwarding it, but I don't see how that's of any interest to anyone. It's looking like it's going to be at least a 5-hour build, but like I say, I'm not a hardcore Lego builder. I'll take my time with it, make sure it's all correct. So it will probably take me a lot longer. What I intend to do is perhaps, I'll probably tag these on to the end of the video so you'll know if the video is still going on after this, but I'll probably start to kind of piece it together and then film at the end of particular sections. So maybe at the end of section 1, show you how the build is going, any problems I might have faced, because that might be useful if you haven't yet bought this and looking to build it. Might be worthwhile knowing any pitfalls that you can fall into. There is a Lego removal tool though, so if you do put 2 pieces together that you don't mean to, that are quite hard to unclip, they do include that, which is quite handy. Also worth noting, I'm on my summer holidays now, so I intend to get some videos done, just like this one, but hopefully with more Bond 25 news, because obviously that we have had a trickle of news come through now, so I intend to do a little release there, as well as a few videos that I've got kind of in the pipeline, which I'll trickle out over the summer period. And if I get organised enough, I'll do a few videos to stockpile, so I can start releasing those over the autumn months when I'm usually quite busy and therefore don't have time. So hopefully you'll see a regular stream of videos, and I keep saying it, I know I keep intending to improve things, but I want to hopefully get some more content out to you. So thanks for watching. I'll update you on the build. It may be on the tail end of this video, so keep watching if there's still time on the timeline. If not, I'll release some separate videos as the build goes on, so I have no idea if I'm going to do it all in one sitting or if I'm going to do it gradually. So just an update, the first stage of the build has been completed. So this is the part of the car that's formed by using the bags marked with 1. So we've got the front end of the car. You can see there You've got the famous red buttoned gear lever there. The seat's going to slot in there eventually. Got a back end to fit on there. You can already get an idea of the scale of the car. So that's where the wheels are going to go. Obviously the very final steps that you finish off the car with. So overall, not too bad a build at the moment. All I would suggest is, as with all Lego sets really, look at the instructions carefully, check exactly where your pieces are going to go. There are a couple of occasions where I put a piece slightly in the wrong place, and I have a feeling if I do that, that's going to lead to problems further down the line, particularly with all the gadgets and moving pieces that need to be involved there. We've got a few pieces that are moving already. So for instance, that piece there, this is going to operate something later on. I'd imagine the ejector seat, I would hope. I've got another moving piece there. So how these all form the gadgets that we know and love, I'm yet to find out. This first part of the build didn't really time myself, unfortunately. I'd say the best part of an hour to get that completed. So on to stage 2. So this is after stage 2, the same orientation as my last part. I did get the orientation wrong earlier. Obviously this is the back end. We can start to see some of the gadgets working now. So if you pull that part of the bumper, that's going to set the ejector seat going at some point. We've also, I'll just get in there, we've got the tracker, which flips around. So a sticker on there that you can pop on to get your tracker going. Doors are now functioning. I even like the details here. Pop that down and you've got the telephone in the door. So that's stage 2 complete, and you start to see some of the gadgets functioning now. So on to stage 3, and again I'm imagining it's going to get a little bit more tough from here on out. I've come across just a few slight complications, nothing too major. Obviously as the model gets more complicated, it's sometimes quite hard to spot where the things are meant to fit, and you've got to be very careful that you get things the right way around as well, so that can sometimes be awkward. So here we are at the end of stage 3 now. As you can see, the front of the car has really come together now. We've added the engine details. And I do marvel at how this all comes together. It is very cleverly designed. Got the side detail there, side rail. We do have another working feature now. So you notice there we've got the headlights. Now again, Bond purists might not like this, but it's the gear lever that actually activates the front machine guns. And it does work very smoothly, so I'm very impressed by how they've implemented that. I've got the front badge there, another sticker to stick on, and if you notice here, we do now have the license plate. It does move around, not the smoothest to operate. In fact, it's got stuck. And again, an extra license plate added there. The original only had 3, this one has 4 to add the JB007. So one more stage to go. It's going together quite smoothly. I'd estimate probably about 4 hours of building now. So people I've seen before aren't far off by saying it's about a 5-hour build for this one. So again, I'll update once I've got the completed model finished off. And this is the completed model. So it took another hour and a quarter or so. So it takes the build to just over 5 hours for me personally. Although to be fair, I was watching stuff on the TV and getting distracted at times. And that's what it looks like. Obviously now with the completed model, we've got everything now functioning. I've got the working bonnet now. So you can see the engine inside. Got the boot as well. We'll explain that blue piece in a minute. That shouldn't be there, but it's unique to mine, which I'll explain more. Also another working feature, if you twist the innermost exhaust, up goes the bulletproof shield. Now the idea is if you twist it back, it's meant to go down. It doesn't work as successfully for mine, it gets a little bit jammed. I've read other reviews that say it does go down quite successfully. And we also have the ejector seat, which if I can do it one-handed, by pulling the middle of the rear rail there, the roof pings back. If you release, your chair pops up. So that works quite nicely. The blue piece that was in my bonnet, or in my boot even, that fell off when I was trying to operate the chair. It's quite difficult to get back in, but to be honest I can't really see what it does. So I decided just to store it in the boot for now so I don't lose it. And then the chair just pops back in on a single point and then it's ready to go again. I've seen a few reviews that criticise this, and it's true for mine. The fact that through the rear windscreen you can see some of the inner workings. Some people might like that, some people not. And some people have complained as well about the lack of curves. But again, I think there's been a big trade-off here, trying to get as many working features in as possible. Has sometimes led to the shape being sacrificed. Part of me feels that Eon had some significant say in what gadgets featured, so to make this truly unique, I think they wanted as much included as possible. But overall, it's a really satisfying build, really interesting sometimes to see how it all comes together as well. So something that you left many pages ago in the instruction booklet, like a random clip, you'll soon then find what it's used for. So for instance, these clips on the roof, they obviously form a major part of the roof further down the line, and lots of internal clips that seem random at first and then they soon develop a good use. So I'd highly recommend it if you're not only a Lego fan but obviously a Bond fan as well. I know reading some information from Lego purists, they're not so keen on the fact that there's lots of working features on it. Brings in some technic and system parts rather than just being a bog standard Lego creator model. So a good little build. It's not cheap. I was expecting it to be much more, but some regular Lego builders were expecting it to be less for similar models. But I was quite happy paying the 130 quid. I can expect more further down the line, so the Lotus Esprit would suit Lego quite well because it's got more angular lines to it as opposed to Aston Martin, where it's quite difficult to replicate its smooth curves. I would really like to see some more affordable Lego as well, so the minifigures for instance seem obvious. You can certainly have some James Bonds, but also some of the iconic villains as well. Whether we'll see those or not, I'd imagine with the James Bond licence it's more going to be the kind of grown-up collectibles rather than the minifigures that are more suited to children and younger people collecting them. But I'll wait to see with interest where the licence develops and see where it goes from there. One thing I forgot to mention as well, one thing that's unique to the model are the hubs there, so the iconic Aston Martin spokes, and you've also got the tyre slashers as well. Unfortunately they don't come out on stalks themselves, but you can store them in the boot and attach them if you decide you want the Aston Martin in tyre slashing mode. So there we have it. if you have 130 quid going spare at the moment, certainly buy it. Sign up as a VIP over the next few days, but early August it'll be open to regular users of the website as well. And as I mentioned as well, try and get some more Bond 25 related news. Now we've started getting some more information trickling through. So thanks for watching, and I'll get a video out to you soon.